I'm standing in the middle of the Al-Ula region of Saudi Arabia. It's full of some breathtaking beauty, and Saudi Arabia hopes that it will become its crown jewel of tourism. Not only does it have some amazing landscapes, but it has some pretty amazing history as well. And today we're going to take you along and show you more about this region.
Welcome to Al-Ula Old Town.
Old Town has changed a lot in the 5 years since we've been here. Right now, the upper part of Old Town is what's open, and they've completely revitalized it in the last few years, and there are lots of cafes and shops, there are restaurants. It's really a pretty little area. It looks like they're still restoring the lower part of Old Town. That includes the fort and many of the places where we went last time. It was completely abandoned. There were no shops, no restaurants, anything, and we could kind of wander around at that point. But that's closed, they're restoring it, and hopefully it'll be open again soon. So our next stop is Elephant Rock, and as you can see behind me, there is a giant arch that gives this rock its name.
This place is so different than when we were here 5 years ago. There used to be nothing. Not a lot of cars, no fence, but now it's just, there's cars, there's fences, there's ATVs, and it's just loud and full of people. Because we've been here before, we don't necessarily feel like we need to go into the site to actually go up close to the Elephant Rock, but we are thinking about going to get some dinner in Al-Ula, coming back and finding somewhere to camp close by. We got our dinner and we came back over close to Elephant Rock, but we decided to go on the other side of the road from Elephant Rock so that we could hopefully avoid hearing ATVs all night. Or at least until it's really dark. So this is our camping spot for the night. Take a look. We are very clearly not the first people to camp in this area. Please take out your own trash. Thank you. This is called Winter Park. This is the hub for all of the tours and experiences you can have in Al-Ula. There's a visitor center and you can get tickets there day of, but we recommend getting them ahead of time because a lot of the tours fill up very quickly. Out here in this park area, there are also a number of places to sit. There are a couple of food trucks, so there's a lot to do when you come out here. At the time of this recording, this is where all of the buses start for the tours, and they recommend you get here about 40 minutes ahead of time so that they can take you over to wherever you're going to explore that day. So let's go get on the bus. The bus ride took about 30 minutes. The reason you have to be here about 40 minutes early is because you arrive at the site right at your ticket time.
Behind us is part of the Hejaz Railroad, which is the railroad that was blown up by Lawrence of Arabia in the early 1900s.
This is Jabal Ikmah, and it is the meeting point for some of the wealthy Nabateans. Hegra is the southernmost point of the Nabatean Kingdom. If you have seen anything about Petra in Jordan, you will already be familiar with some of the Nabatean ruins. So Hegra is a part of that kingdom. It's just the very southern point that comes into Saudi Arabia. You might already be familiar with the Nabatean Kingdoms and just not know it. In Indiana Jones, they go through Petra, which is part of the Nabatean Kingdom.
What you see behind me and most of the sites here are burial sites. They were built into the side of the rock, and so they've lasted forever, unlike the city itself, which is built of adobe, and it's kind of blown away over time.
Two lizards just ran right next to me! Did you know that the Roman Empire actually reached into this area, and this area became the Arabian province of the Roman Empire? I want to introduce you to Najoud. She has been our tour guide today and she has done a fabulous job. And I thought I would ask her about her favorite part of Hegra. So Najoud, what is your favorite part of Hegra?
Well, my favorite place in Hegra is Lahia bin Kuza tomb. It's the biggest tomb in Hegra and all, and it also introduces you to a very beautiful view. So I used to spend hours in this place without feeling the time because it's very quiet and amazing, and it gives a very amazing chance for doing some meditation.
That's so great. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
This is the view she was talking about. Take a look. We've now finished our time in Al-Ula, and it was great to be back exploring and seeing some of these sites again. And it's really cool to see what Saudi has done with some of the infrastructure for tourism. We were on a big bus tour, which is not something we typically like, but they actually did a pretty good job of keeping the group small, especially for this COVID-related situation. Hopefully in the future, maybe there'll be some opportunities for different smaller groups with more specialty tours, like photography or things like that. So we'll see. Now that our time in Al-Ula is finished, we are going to hit the road and we are headed out to the desert to something that is not touristy at all. So be sure to like and subscribe so you can see what's coming next.